Question 1. Sustainable Development Goal, SDG, 4 is the primary global framework guiding educational policy today. Which of the following statements best summarizes the overarching objective of SDG 4? A. To ensure all children have access to free computers by 2030. B. To ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. C. To privatize primary and secondary education to ensure financial sustainability. D. To focus exclusively on technical and vocational training for the industrial workforce. The correct answer is B. Question 2. The Education for All (EFA) movement, launched in Jomtien, 1990, and reaffirmed in Dhaka, 2000, primarily aimed to A. Meet the basic learning needs of all children, youth, and adults. B. Introduce standardized testing across all African nations. C. Eliminate local languages in favor of international languages in schools. D. Focus solely on tertiary education funding. The correct answer is A. Question 3. In the context of global educational trends, inclusive education is best defined as A. Creating separate special schools for children with disabilities to ensure they get specialized attention. B. A system where only high-performing students are grouped together to maximize excellence. C. An approach that accommodates all children, regardless of physical, intellectual, social, linguistic, or other conditions, in mainstream schools. D. The provision of free textbooks to all students in urban areas. The correct answer is C. Question 4. The United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, UNCRC, stipulates that education should be directed to A. The preparation of the child for a specific career chosen by the state. B. The memorization of facts and figures to pass national examinations. C. The reinforcement of traditional hierarchies within the school system. D. The development of the child's personality, talents, and mental and physical abilities to their fullest potential. The correct answer is D. Question 5. Which international organization is recognized as the custodian of SDG 4, responsible for coordinating the global education agenda? A. World Health Organization, WHO. B. United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. C. International Monetary Fund, IMF. D. The World Trade Organization, WTO. The correct answer is B. Question 6. Globally, the acronym STEM education has expanded in many policies to STEAM to ensure a holistic education. What does the A stand for? A. Arts. B. Agriculture. C. Astronomy. D. Athletics. The correct answer is A. Question 7. The Global Partnership for Education, GPE, primarily functions to A. Create international exams for teachers. B. Sell educational technology to developing nations. C. Mobilize funds and support developing countries to build stronger education systems. D. Enforce strict disciplinary codes in schools globally. The correct answer is C. Question 8. Under global human rights law, which level of education is explicitly required to be compulsory and available free to all? A. Tertiary education. B. Preschool education. C. Vocational training. D. Primary education. The correct answer is D. Question 9. The Incheon Declaration, 2015, was a pivotal moment in global education because it A. established the year 2020 as the deadline for universal literacy. B. set out the roadmap for the implementation of the Education 2030 Agenda, SDG 4. C. decided that standardized testing should be banned globally. D. shifted the focus from education to healthcare. The correct answer is B. Question 10. A key component of modern global educational policy is gender parity. This is achieved when A. there is equal representation of boys and girls in the education system. B. girls are given higher grades than boys to correct historical wrongs. C. schools are segregated by gender to improve focus. D. the curriculum focuses only on subjects traditionally favored by one gender. The correct answer is A. Question 11. Which of the following is considered a transversal skill often cited in 21st century global learning frameworks? A. cursive writing. B. rote memorization. C. critical thinking and problem solving. D. operating a typewriter. The correct answer is C. Question 12. Early childhood care and education, ECCE, is emphasized in SDG 4.2. Why is ECCE considered a crucial global investment? A. It allows parents to work longer hours without distraction. B. It is the cheapest form of education to provide. C. It creates a market for private daycare centers. D. It lays the foundation for future learning, health, and well-being during the brain's most rapid development phase. The correct answer is D. Question 13. A head teacher wants to implement SDG Target 4.7, Global Citizenship Education, in their school. Which of the following activities best aligns with this target? A. organizing a cultural exchange project where students discuss climate change and human rights with peers from another country. B. increasing the number of math periods per week to improve numeracy scores. C. painting the school walls with the national flag to boost patriotism. D. ensuring all students recite the school anthem every morning. The correct answer is A. Question 14. The shift from the Millennium Development Goals, MDGs, to the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, marked a significant change in educational focus. What was the primary shift? A. From primary education to tertiary education only. B. From access, getting children in school, to quality, ensuring they actually learn. C. From government funding to private sector funding. D. From face-to-face learning to online learning. The correct answer is B. Question 15. A teacher is integrating ICT into their lessons to align with the ICT competency framework for teachers. Which action demonstrates the knowledge creation level, the highest level, of this framework? A. The teacher uses a projector to display notes for students to copy. B. Students use computers to type their essays instead of handwriting them. C. Students use digital tools to collaborate, research complex real-world problems, and design their own solutions. D. The teacher records attendance using a digital spreadsheet. The correct answer is C. Question 16. Lifelong learning is a central pillar of the Education 2030 framework. In a practical GES context, how can a teacher best model this for students? A. By strictly adhering to the same lesson notes used 5 years ago. B. By telling students that learning stops once they pass the BES or WAS. C. By focusing only on the syllabus content required for the final exam. D. By engaging in continuous professional development, CPD, and sharing new knowledge with the class. The correct answer is D. Question 17. When discussing equity versus equality in global education policy, which scenario represents equity? A. Providing additional resources and remedial support to a rural school with higher literacy rates compared to a well-resourced urban school. B. Giving every school in the country the exact same number of textbooks regardless of class size. C. Ensuring every student sits for the exact same examination under the same conditions. D. Distributing laptops to every student, even those who do not have electricity at home. The correct answer is A. Question 18. Many global education programs advocate for decentralization. In the Ghanaian context, how does this affect the role of the district education office? A. The district office has less power and must refer all minor decisions to Accra. B. The district office gains more autonomy to manage resources, monitor quality, and address local challenges. C. The district office is abolished to save costs. D. The district office focuses only on paying salaries and not on supervision. The correct answer is B. Question 19. A major challenge in implementing free quality universal education globally is the teacher gap. What does this term refer to? A. The age difference between older teachers and younger students. B. The difference in salary between science teachers and arts teachers. C. The shortage of trained and qualified teachers needed to achieve universal education targets. D. The gap in technology skills between teachers and students. The correct answer is C. Question 20. The concept of school-based management, SBM, encouraged by the World Bank and utilized in Ghana's Gallup projects, relies heavily on A. Strict directives from the Ministry of Education with no deviation. B. The exclusion of parents from school decision-making to maintain professionalism. C. Reducing the authority of the head teacher. D. The active participation of community stakeholders, SMCs, PTAs, in decision-making and accountability. The correct answer is D. Question 21. Comprehensive sexuality education, CSE, is often debated, but global health and education guidelines promote it primarily to A. Equip young people with age-appropriate knowledge to make healthy choices and prevent HIV, AIDS, and early pregnancy. B. Encourage early sexual activity among adolescents. C. Replace religious and moral education in the curriculum. D. Focus solely on biological reproduction definitions. The correct answer is A. Question 22. Assessment for learning, formative assessment, is a global pedagogical trend favored over assessment of learning, summative assessment. Which practice demonstrates assessment for learning? A final end-of-term exam that determines pass or fail. B. Using quizzes and observation during lessons to identify student difficulties and adjust teaching strategies immediately. C. Ranking students from first to last position on a notice board. D. Using an aptitude test to select students for a specific program. The correct answer is B. Question 23. According to the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, CRPD, denying reasonable accommodation in a school setting is considered A. budgetary necessity, B. an administrative oversight, C. discrimination on the basis of disability, D. a standard educational practice. The correct answer is C. Question 24. Which of the following best describes the hidden curriculum often discussed in global sociology of education? A. The official syllabus provided by NACCA. B. The lesson plan that the teacher keeps in their notebook. C. The subjects that are optional for students to choose. D. The unwritten, unofficial, and often unintended lessons, values, and perspectives that students learn in school, e.g., social hierarchies. The correct answer is D. Question 25. Intersectionality is a critical framework in analyzing educational exclusion. If a report states that rural girls with disabilities face the highest exclusion rates, this implies that A. Different forms of disadvantage, gender, location, disability, overlap and compound to create unique barriers. B. Disability is the only factor that matters in education. C. Rural schools are better equipped for boys than girls. D. Gender is less important than location in educational policy. The correct answer is A. Question 26. The World Bank's Learning Poverty Indicator measures A. The percentage of schools that do not have electricity. B. The percentage of 10-year-olds who cannot read and understand a simple text. C. The number of teachers living below the poverty line. D. The amount of money a country owes to the World Bank for education loans. The correct answer is B. Question 27. In the context of financing education, the Abidjan Principles, 2019, are significant because they A. Encourage the complete privatization of public schools to save government funds. B. Mandate that parents must pay for textbooks. C. Clarify the human rights obligations of states to provide public education and regulate private involvement in education. D. Require all schools to adopt the French language. The correct answer is C. Question 28. Why might a purely outcomes-based funding model, paying schools based on exam results, often tested in global pilot programs, be criticized by equity advocates? A. It requires too much paperwork for the government. B. It makes teachers work too hard. C. It encourages students to study too much. D. It may punish schools in deprived areas that serve struggling students, leading to cream skimming, selecting only bright students. The correct answer is D. Question 29. Programs for International Student Assessment, PISA, now test global competence. This assessment moves beyond math and reading to evaluate A. A student's ability to speak at least 3 international languages fluently. B. A student's capacity to examine local, global, and intercultural issues and engage in open, appropriate interactions with people from different cultures. C. A student's knowledge of the names of all UN Secretary-Generals. D. A student's ability to travel abroad for university. The correct answer is B. Question 30. The flipped classroom model is a pedagogical innovation responding to the global availability of digital resources. In this model, A. Teachers sit at the back of the class while students teach. B. Lessons are taught outside under trees instead of in classrooms. C. Students are introduced to content at home, e.g., via video, and practice working through it at school with the teacher's help. D. Exams are taken at the beginning of the term rather than the end. The correct answer is C. I hope these 30 practice questions help you feel confident and prepared for your upcoming GES promotion exam. If you found this video useful, please hit the like button, subscribe for more study content, and share this with your colleagues. Don't forget to leave a comment below with your score or tell me which topic you want me to cover next.